Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome all. Hi. This is a shifting video. Um, so you might hear some noises in the background and you might hear some insanely happy laughter. Also, I've noticed something. You can notice you see my closet is like sucking in behind you. Okay, don't look at that closet, don't look at it. Yeah, but I did notice it and I noticed a few things on the camera when I went back to watch it last time. I can't believe you guys can see that the entire time. Holy cow. I know it looks messed up, guys. It's really not that bad. My closet is the abyss, guys. I gotta clean it so bad. That's probably why it's like that. Anyway, I'm gonna jump right into what happened. Also, I have a confession. I have been going to see Frodo. So on top of going to go see him, I have my one day that I see Frodo. There is no interaction between me, Toshinori, or Keigo. It's only Frodo. Literally, I come in there, I come to the house, me and Kay go past each other. We don't speak, we don't say a word because it's about Frodo. I walk right into his room and I wake him up from his nap. I get him dressed, I change him, we hang out. I've had a few, bad times with Frodo. He's thrown things before and broken stuff while I wasn't there, and I basically just hide it or throw it away and hope Kago doesn't notice it's missing because he probably would get really mad. Um, Frodo has also run from me before during like diaper change time, which is normal for kids that age. He also won't sit in his chair to eat. He gets out. So I basically have to like strap him in if I want him to sit there. You don't have to do that. You can let them roam around. But I can't let Frodo roam around while I'm eating too, unless I'm sitting next to him. Whatever. Anyway, so you guys know I wrote the letters, and so I went back there and I immediately decided, hey, I'm going to go to the school because it's field day and I'm going to propose we go to the carnival. The carnival is open at least twice. It's open 2 days a week. I don't remember what day of the week it is, but I know that it's usually open on like Saturday or Sunday, one of those days, and then it's open during a weekday, one day during a week. I don't know why it's only open that way. I don't know why it's just not open on a weekend and closed during a weekday, because that would encourage kids to skip school and come there instead. Because I certainly would if I was younger. I would definitely be going to the carnival instead of going to class. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that it's okay to do that, but I would do it at least one time, right? Wouldn't you do it? Exactly. Use your lunch money to buy like funnel cakes or fried waffles. Oh, that sounds delicious. Speaking of which, I'm trying to start my own one day. So it's still in the makings. I'll let you guys know when I open it and I'll let you in free. Yay! All right, I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So I proposed it to Principal Nelson. He said no. So then I went into Mr. Aizawa's room and I kind of like took over his class. He was not happy. I came in, I said, hey, so there's a carnival going on. Instead of having field day, why don't I take all the kids to the carnival? They can come with me and you can stay here and finish any much needed work you might need to get done. And Mr. Aizawa looked at me and he said, it's none of your business what we're doing in this class. This is not your class. And, you know, so like I had like these flyers in my hand, like carnival flyers, like carnivals today, it's open or whatever. Because you guys know my original plan was to get Toshinori and Keigo there so I can talk to both of them about the letter, to find out what they said. And I didn't want to talk to them alone, so I needed there to be a bunch of people around me. Even if I went to say like I went to the carnival and I wasn't with people, I still would probably be in trouble with Toshinori and Keigo there. So I needed to make sure I had like maybe some kids around me because they won't try anything. Yeah, I know it's a sucker punch. It's like a sucker punch move, but I mean you can't really go wrong there. So I'm like, okay, I get ready to leave, and all the kids are whining. Oh, Miss Cotton Candy, though, please let her take us to the carnival. And Midoriya was like, oh, come on, we can practice, our hero stuff there. And I was like, you know what? We can practice strategies, plans for how to escape situations. We can do that at the carnival. We have all the equipment, if you think about it. We have a Ferris wheel. We have like, oh, there's some rides that are like apples or something, but it's like It's almost like the half heart rise you get in one side and then it kind of spins and it goes around in a circle. You've got that. You've got the Ferris wheel. You've got the little, I think it's a pirate ship or whatever. But there is not a pirate ship. I think it's a Norwell. Is it a Norwell? I think it's a Norwell. It's got a big horn that it goes like this. And it's made of wood. Um, anyway, so long story short, Mr. Aizawa decides we're going to take them on the field trip there. And he tells everybody to line up at the door. And everyone stay together. And he keeps attendance. And then when we get to the bus, I start calling all the names of all the kids, and I'm missing Tokoyami. And I said, where the heck did he go? And I'm looking around. I'm like, so I go back into the school to search for him. And I find him in the corner. And I say, hey, what are you doing in here? You're supposed to be with everyone else. He goes, I don't want to go. And I'm like, well, why don't you want to go? Now, mind you guys, this is my first real encounter with Tokoyami. I've never seen him before. Any of the other times, I don't think. I know he has Shadow, right? I think it's Shadow. Yeah. He's like, he doesn't know if he wants to go. It's too late in the day and all this. And I'm like, you're going to be fine. You trust me, right? Come on, let's go. So I coax him out and he comes, he follows behind me and I'm like, go in front of me. And I do like this, kind of like, the coax thing you do, like go this way. Kind of put my hand behind him and sort of like shove him a little bit. Not hard, like move, but like, go on, go. So then I'm like, they're waiting for you on the bus. So he gets on the bus and I get off the bus. And Mr. Aizawa, he's looking at me like, he's like, are you going to get on the bus? I'm like, no, I'm okay. Because I noticed in the back, Toshinori is sitting back there and Keiko's sitting back there and all the kids are kind of here. And I'm like, I'm going to avoid that. And I'm like, so then they're driving off and I'm waving. And Toshinori like puts his hand up to the window. He's like, and I do like this, like bye. I decide, I'm just gonna fly there. I already know the way. So I fly there and I beat everyone else. They get off the bus. And so the first thing I noticed was the Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel was tilted to the side. It was at a weird angle. And all of the rides were kind of swinging a little. The ground was mostly dirt, but it was kind of sandy. So it moved around a lot. And I was wearing a purple dress from like, it looked like it was from the olden days. Okay. They had like a white bib, but the bib was separated here and it kind of curved like this and it had puffy sleeves. And instead of having on like some kind of boots or something, I had on like flat toe ballet shoes, but they weren't ballet. They reminded you of that. And it had a bow in the front of it. So this fine dirt or whatever is already on my dress, even though I haven't really moved anywhere. So I know I'm probably going to be filthy by the time I leave here. So the bus just randomly parks in the middle. And so we get off. I'm looking at the Ferris wheel and I'm like, I don't think the kids should ride on that. And then I look over at Midoriya. You've got who was it? Midoriya was running toward it, Bakugo. You had Icy Hot. Let me stop calling him that. Todoroki was running toward there. And you had Sue or Froppy, whatever her name is. She was running over there. Basically, all the girls are heading toward it. Midoriya and Bakugo and them. They're running toward the Ferris wheel. And I go, hey, I don't think that's safe I'm like, hey, I don't think that's safe to ride. And, they were all climbing in. They weren't really listening, even though it was like tilted sideways. There was like on this side of me, on this side, there was the little pirate thingy. And whatever this thing is that you hit and it had a weight on it, that was on my left side now. So every time I come here, I notice something is a little bit changed up. I don't know if it's because of my shift or I don't know. I'm not really sure why, but it happened that way. So Toshinori and Keigo get off the bus last. And I was like, so there aren't any more kids who wanted to come, just class A. And Mr. Aizawa goes, you only invited class A. I'm going to go keep an eye on them. He's like, I'm going to get on the Ferris wheel too. So he goes over to the lopsided Ferris wheel and sits down in there. And Toshinori looks at me and he's like, "You want to go?" And I said, "No. Did you guys read my letter?" And Toshinori's like, "I read your letter and I think that you're overreacting. That it's not really that big of a deal to have both of us at once. I feel like we deserve to have you at the same time we want." And I said, "I don't feel that way. I feel like I should be able to," because they're like, "Oh, we can share your love for us at once. Remember what we said about the other guy? We don't want him popping up into your mind." I said, that was probably a one-time thing. It'll never happen again. And Keigo is like, "Can you promise me that?" And he's standing behind me. And Toshinori is standing in front of me. They're kind of sandwiching me. Because one's at my back, the one's at my front. And I turn around and I'm like, "I can promise you." Like I turn all the way around and I face them and I'm like, "I promise you that won't happen again." And they're like, "Well, just give us time to think about it. In the meantime, let's try and enjoy the carnival." So I followed Toshinori around. He bought me cotton candy. I ate like half of it and then I set it down. And I was like, I really shouldn't be eating all this candy. So then Keigo comes over. He has ice cream. He's like, "Let's share this ice cream together." And he's like, "Here, lick the ice cream." He's like, is it good?" He's like, "Is it better than love milk?" And I'm just like, I'm like, "Don't do that while we're here with the kids." So, and I hear like, "Hey." So I hear like yelling coming from the distance. So I decide it's coming from the Ferris wheel. So I go over there and I notice that Todoroki is way up high. Bakugo's way down low. And he's like, we can't get the Ferris wheel to like stop or to like, so the Ferris wheel wouldn't stop. It kept going. So Bakugo's standing at the bottom, and he's like, "I'll get it to stop." He's like, "I'll blast it down." And I go, "Bakugo, please don't blast that down, please. If you do that, then the whole thing is gonna go crumbling down. What about your friends?" "Oh, my friends will be fine." And so he gets ready to blast it, and Mr. Aizawa ties a scarf around his neck to stop him. So Bakugo was wearing a black t-shirt and some blue jeans. And I don't remember what color his shoes were. They weren't white. They weren't black either. But I knew they had dirt on them. That dirt. And it was all of my so the dirt was all on my legs. It was all like in my shoes. It felt gross. And so Toshinori was eating I looked behind him, he was like eating ice cream. And then, Keigo like took a lick from his ice cream when I wasn't looking. And so Toshinori started to like kind of like stagger around a little bit. And he's like, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I poisoned the ice cream." And Keiko was like, "How could you when there's kids around?" I'm like, "What?" So what if there's kids around? Like, I'm not gonna poison them. You're not gonna let them eat from your ice cream, are you? Like, come on, these are teenagers. Like, they'll be fine. They're not gonna eat any of the same stuff we're eating. Just as long as you don't give them a bite of ice cream that you had your mouth on. Why would you do that? So he's like, so Toshinori didn't like that. He said, he's like, "Cotton Candy Da, come here." And I said, "What?" And I came over to him because I figure, I'm not scared of him because he can't do anything. He's rendered helpless right now. So I walk over to him, he bends down and he whispers in my ear and he says, "If you ever do something like this again, your sweet virgin asshole is mine the entire day." And I'm just like, "Sorry." And I like back away from him and Kegel like smirks at me. He's like, "There's a first time for everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, that won't be happening. I won't be losing my virginity there anytime soon." Like, and he's like, "We'll see." And I'm like, "I'm gonna behave myself like a good girl." And so like the whole day I was helping Toshinori around. Like I was like, "Get off him, Kegel." Like I like knocked his hand off him because he had like, okay, so Toshinori was a little too big for me to like haul around. He could stand up a little bit. Like I didn't completely poison it to where he couldn't move because then everyone would have thought like she's acting like a villain. And I have Frodo to think about. I have to be a role model for him, right? Oh God, I have to be a role model for him. He's already so bad. I don't know what we're gonna do with this kid. I do not know, guys. So once it was time to leave, everyone started leaving. Um, I asked Kegel if he also read the letter. Kegel said, kind of the same thing, like, it's not that big of a deal. You're making it bigger than what it has to be. We deserve to spend this time with you together so we can share our love together with you. We wanted to, all this stuff. And I'm just like, I know both of you guys read the letter, but I wanted to know what you thought, like, in your heart. Like, what did your heart feel when you read it? And Toshinori said he felt like he was being threatened, but he knows that I love him. And Keiko said he feels like um, I love him more than anything else, but if I ever threaten him again, so help me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not really afraid of you. I'm more afraid of Toshinori because I know Toshinori has always wanted that piece of me he can't have, the part of that line that I don't want him to cross. I know he wants so badly to cross it, and I'll do anything to keep him from doing that. I will never poison him in public again, and I promise. Like from the bottom of my heart, like cross my heart. Because I'll probably have to stay away from there forever if I do. I'm sorry. I am not giving up that part of my body because that part of my body is still virgin. So no, I'm not ready to lose that yet. I don't think I ever will be. So I mean, he can dream about that as much as he wants. I mean, hey, he's got Kato, right? Aren't they kind of into each other in that way? They should be, right? He ate some of his ice cream, so. And speaking of which, even though Keigo licked some of his ice cream, he didn't even have any. The poison I gave Toshinori didn't even affect him. So I don't know if he had like an anti poison or what, or if he already didn't trust me. I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure I saw him take a big, like, it wasn't a regular lick. He took like his whole mouth on it and like sucked some off of it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I made sure not to eat from it anymore once I applied the poison. How did I apply the poison? Good question. I put some of it in my mouth, and when he told me to eat the ice cream, I just kind of put it all over there. I just kind of put my mouth on it like this. They pretend like, I was trying to tease him, but really I'm just putting the poison there. It wasn't going to affect me because I didn't swallow any of it, so I'm really good at that. Swallowing or not swallowing. I know. Anyway, so end of the day, kids got back on the bus. They headed back to the school. Um, so they were riding on this white bus, and it had like blue lines in it and white tires, basically. And it was a regular school bus with like the regular windows. It had a fire exit and everything. And um, the seats were black though. I thought every school had like just a regular yellow school bus, but apparently that one was for the carnival. Because apparently the kids come there a lot, which I didn't know about either. So once they left, we were kind of alone in the carnival, and I told Toshinori that I would see him the next time I come back. And Keigo also agreed that, like, he would want to see me too. They both want to kind of see me at the same time so that we can have a more serious talk when we're not around so many people. And he would have liked to do that today. I said, I don't really trust you. He says, I can tell because you wouldn't have poisoned me like this if you had. You wouldn't have tried to poison me. And so it kind of went, it didn't go the way I wanted. I felt like my letter was really sweet. Like, I don't know why Toshinori felt like he was threatened. It's not like I'm gonna hurt him. I'm not gonna kill you, bro. Like, what? Seriously. Anyway, I had to tell you guys what happened. When I do go back, I am gonna be cautious and weary, but I feel like they really do want to talk. Like, talk about this. I don't know. Like, do I want to be taken by both of them at the same time? Again? Not in the way I was. I feel like I was too constricted and too restrained, and I mean, my hands were bound the entire time, so I couldn't touch them. Yoshinori knows how much I want to touch him, how much I like touching him, and how much I like pleasuring and pleasing him. And knowing that I didn't get a chance to do that, but they got to do all that stuff to me. And I feel like Keigo is twisted in the same way too because he wants to see me suffer that way. He likes it. So does Toshinori. So at the same time, it's like I know these kids protected me today. So I was watching Sue. She liked the water ride. There was this water there was this water slide. I'm so afraid to go down. Okay. So imagine having those, what are they called? You know the little donut thingies? It was a duck. Okay, it was a yellow duck. It's basically yellow ducks going down a chute, but the chute, instead of the chute going with a hill, it just goes straight down. She got in that and was like, woohoo, on her way down. And so was Bakugo, and so was Midoriya, and they were having a ball. Like, I saw Mina and Ida like talking to each other off in the distance. They were like at the hot dog stand somewhere. And I'm like, I guess they're just interested. They seem to only be interested in the food. Kaminari was kind of running around the whole place. I don't know what he was really doing. He was just kind of looking at everything. I know he has like electricity or shock or whatever. I don't really know what his. I don't know what he was doing. I also don't remember him getting on the bus. So I don't know. Maybe he ran there, or maybe he heard about it and then decided to go on foot. Because I called all of the kids' names and his name wasn't on the list. Nor was his name after they all got there. We called their names again. His name wasn't there, but I saw him. I clearly saw him running around. So I don't know what that means. Maybe he's the Norman with blonde hair in this. Who knows? It didn't feel like a warning, so I feel like it's okay. When I go back to Toshinori, I should just go to Keigo's house. It might be better. And I think we should just chat it up into like the living room somewhere because I feel like I'll be safe there. Too bad I don't have a house anymore. Frodo, thank you for bringing it down. Um, Now I have no choice but to go to either his house or Keigo's house. It's been really hard for me to try and build that place back. I cannot do it. I've tried to shift and I've tried to shift to a plane and a state of mind to where I can do it. It's just not working for me right now. I wonder if I'm too drained or I'm not really sure. I just know it's not working out the way that I want. Um, my next shift back there won't be to see Frodo. It's going to be to see both of them. I'll probably end up going to Keiko's house. But yeah, I've been going back there. Anyway, my guide shifted me back here, and I've been carefully trying to plan what I should do when I go back. I know that I have to go to Keigo's house. I know that if I go there, I need to be careful. Definitely talk in his living room. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they wanna voice their opinion or they wanna speak their mind on this whole thing and tell me like why they think they should be able to or why they I don't fault them for it. I really don't because it is something very special that the three of us share together. But it's too much to share all the time. It is. I feel like it will be way too much. I was way too drained. You guys know what that does to you. When you get pounded really good or penetrated really good by someone and you have like multiple O's to where you're like left like trembling and just a mess. Okay. And then you have to go to work after, or your body is just fit, you feel it physically. So physically, mentally, and magically, I was emotionally drained as well. So it's been, and I finally got back to normal. It was like, it was major if I'm just not getting back to normal, right? That was a lot. Like honestly, like I feel like if I could have nothing, I would be happy for the entire year if I had a torture dub and taken like all their essence. Anyway, I mean, I'm not a succubus. Let me stop acting like I'm a succubus. This a succubus or a succubus? Aren't they the ones who like steal? I see why they do. So anyway, I had to let you guys know what happened. I don't know if I should I kind of want to write another letter and just tell them like this is what I think, and I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget. I wanted to get everything straight before I came before you guys and tell you like my actual feelings, but I just don't know if that's gonna work or not. I have no idea. Will they just snatch the paper out of my hand and throw me on top of the table and just like eat me alive there? Who knows? Will I come in and a hand go over my mouth and I get carried into their room and stripped completely and taken advantage of again? There's no way for me to like know what's gonna happen to me. I have it in my mind there might be some foul play involved, but I don't think it's gonna be before they talk to me. I think if they're gonna try anything, they're probably gonna talk to me first, at least, so they can get their point across, and then I can say what I need to say. They were being pretty serious when they said they wanted to talk somewhere public. I mean, somewhere private, not publicly where everyone was. So, but yeah, if you can imagine this carnival, guys, it almost was like a carnival from like the freaking apocalypse. If you think about it, the way everything was tilted over, even the seats looked dull. It was like swinging in the freaking air, and the kids ran directly to that one first. Like, what the heck? I don't understand. Then it wouldn't stop moving, and then Bakugo's crazy self just wants to blow the whole thing down. I'm glad there was other teachers there with like power to stop him because I would not have been fast enough to catch Bakugo. Like he is like so irate. Like he's off the chain. He's so out of control. But at least we know we can trust him to be like, oh, can we really trust him not to do anything reckless? I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him a little more. Midoriya too, because Midoriya has given me some side-eyed looks before. Ida's a pretty good student. I don't have to worry about him doing anything. It was my first time seeing Sue, my first time seeing Tokiyami, and I did not see Shinji there, did I? The guy with the multiple arms or whatever. I don't think I saw him either. I saw the one with the acid. I saw her. She wanted to ride on the ride, the freaking Ferris wheel. There was a carousel too, but apparently no one was interested in it. I thought it was beautiful, guys. It was blue and white and it had gold around so the outside embroidery was like gold and it was kind of like it almost looked like a ribbon. It had this kind of design to it going around it. And it had blue horses and it had gold harnesses and freaking white hooves and white hair. Beautiful. I would have liked to ride on that. I should have tried to get on that with those guys. I really want to go back because I feel like I didn't get to spend a lot of time there. Like I wanted. They just shifted back here pretty quickly. So I think out of fear, because Toshinori was being. Did I ever cross the line with Toshinori? I don't think I've ever crossed this line. Probably did, guys. Remember the Sissy Boy School? Remind you? Did I stick something of him? I don't know. Because ever since then, he's been trying to get at me. And I don't want him to get me there. I'll express my opinion, and they're gonna have no choice but to listen. I'm not gonna let them do what they want. All right, guys. Well, I told you everything that happened. Um, in my next video, which is probably gonna be, I'm gonna go back there again tomorrow, probably. I should wait another day. Should I wait another day or should I go back tonight? Like, tell me what you think I should do in the comments. And if I go back tonight, I'll do another video and I'll give that one out. I'll do my video tomorrow if I do. But I feel like I should definitely wait to give them time. Toshinori could time to cool down, right? I don't know if Keigo was affected at all. But I know Toshinori was turned on because I could see like self bulging, like he was ready to bust out of his clothes. This is my fault. I don't think anyone else noticed it except him. So anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a like. And if you hated it, you know what to do. Also, don't forget to ring the bell. That way you're notified when other videos like this one become available. Ding! And I guess I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. I'll tell you guys everything that happened. I really want to go back to that carousel because I feel like that would have been fun. I'm just thinking like, How uncomfortable would it have been in those shoes though? I feel like my feet probably would not be able to reach, like, there's a part that you put your feet on to like rest them. I feel like that probably would have been really uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. Lately I've been just really I've been thinking about them a lot. So anyway, yes, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment and tell me if you think I should wait to go back or if I should go back right away. If you have any other questions too about shifting or anything else, you can contact me too. Here. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.